Howdy, y'all.
Everybody.
Hello.
It's good to see y'all. It's great to see you. Let me back up in the chat. And Mandy, Magic Kingdom is my home away from home. Dana and I were just discussing something like that today. Let's see, BDF, it's good to see you. Always good to see you. Keith's got that countdown going. 28 days, 4 weeks until your 63rd birthday. That is cool.
It
I
was
love the
cool.
way you count those days down. Uh, I really do. Thanks so much, Dean. The turkey legster is in. Crazy for turkey legs, Mandy says, would be a great new name for your show. I want to consider that one.
Yeah,
Cisco, hey, it's great to see you. So great to see you. Let's see who else is here. Okay, Tina. Oh, yeah, I knew one of your doggies was not feeling well. So,
Uh-oh.
baby. Yeah, take care of that baby. Let's see. Okay, and Jason Thibodeau, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. Y'all, we really appreciate it. I am ready for your birthday show, Keith. I am totally ready for your birthday show. I know you've been planning that for a while, so we'll try to pop in. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Looking forward to it. Um, Obviously, we have a very special guest tonight,
Woohoo.
Dean the Turkey Legster. Welcome, Dean.
Hi, thanks for
Yeah,
having me
thanks for
here.
being here.
It's
Yeah,
great
we
being here.
appreciate
Yep.
you. Appreciate you popping in. Thank you so much for penciling us into your busy schedule. You have been using that pass and making a lot of trips to Walt Disney World. I'm really excited for you, and some good stuff going on your channel. So, why don't you
Yep.
give us just a brief description, right quick, Dana, what you've got going on?
Well, I am Gary. Well, I'm doing a short little break on the channel because I have family coming in, and we're going to be visiting with um, my brother and his crew coming down from Pennsylvania. So we'll be visiting for a couple of weeks, and then coming up in June, um, for my Tuesday night show, Let's Talk Turkey, I'm going to be having a whole series. Well, for June and July, I'm going to have a whole series of chats with special guests from around the YouTube community. Just getting to know several of, I think, 9 or 10 different uh, friends from around the community.
Now, see, I'm excited about that, Dean. Who all do you have lined up?
Well, I'll just do a couple of names to tease. All the streams are set up, so you can go to my channel and get a peeky poo. We'll be kicking it off on June 3rd with Zippity Doo Dug.
Cool.
Um, during that time, during that series, I'll be talking to Dean of the Live Plays. I have Tina Marie, T. Marie's Plays, um, Dave
Nice.
Stragand, Dave
Mm-hmm.
Cantrell, who is Dave's Disney Dreams,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
and there's
Sounds like a
there's
good
several
lineup.
more. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Sounds like a good lineup. Alex, hello there. Good to see you, sir. Alex and company. Charlie and family. It's always good to see you guys. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate you. Well, that sounds. I'm looking forward to that. Dean, it's been a little while, since we had guests. I mean, you and Tina have come on, sporadically, and of course, y'all do count. But as far as having, I love to do that. I love to have people on. So we're looking forward to those interviews and getting to know a lot of those people that you named a little better. Dave Stragand is, all those folks come into chats a lot and are, um, just always part of the furniture in our Disney community. So we look forward to getting to know them a little better for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Me too. Yep.
Um, yeah, we wanted to talk. Um, just going to talk a little bit tonight about several different topics, mostly major news items. We're just going to get into some of this. Of course, the big, Dane, you and I have talked about it just a little bit, though not at length. The big news, obviously, the camel in the room is Disney announced the new park, a brand new resort going into Abu Dhabi. So, and I think most people, once they heard that announcement, there are a lot of people who were immediately looking up Abu Dhabi on the map to find out.
Yeah.
And where? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We also got dates for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, as well as Food and Wine Festival. A couple other things, but we thought we'd just talk about those big news items that dropped. I just had one. Let me back up just a minute. Back up just a little bit before I do this date. Excuse me, in Disney history. I did want to wish a happy Mother's Day to all of our moms out there. I know we have a lot of people in chat and people who watch, and we wanted to be sure and wish you a happy Mother's Day. We hope that you had a good day with your family. I had a lovely day. William spoiled me, as is his custom for Mother's Day. So thank you for all the Disney goodies. I guess I'm kind of easy to buy for.
It's true.
Yeah. So in fact, I have for later on. I have 2 new packs of Lorcana that were part of my Mother's Day gift. So we'll look at those a little bit later. Alex says, "Will, you're out of the closet."
I am indeed. Thanks for noticing. Yeah, well, as I said in the quote unquote green room, I'm in the office, but ignore the man behind the curtain. You can't see, you can't see past, right here. But there is a ton of stuff over here that I've got to deal with and move to storage. But I did make enough space.
Somebody that like sets up for their Zoom meeting. There's like tons of stuff on either side, and like right where the camera is, clear it off. It's that's William's situation. Right now.
Oh, it is. But I'm glad
it's a great space.
It's progress, and I'm out of the closet. Julie can go to sleep on a Tuesday night at a decent hour if she chooses to now, and we wouldn't have to listen to me talking in the closet. But yeah, it's going to get even better. I've got to set. I have the bottom part of my desk set up, but I haven't. Yeah, as you can see, I haven't installed my hutch. So with all my fun stuff on it. And so anyway,
Charlie's
more work to be done. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's anything fun within arm's reach. There's a
bunch of stuff within arm's reach. It's just whether or not any of it's actually fun.
Yeah. There's a birthday invitation. for something Disney related.
I got to prop that up against the wall. Oh boy!
A pack of Lorcana.
There you go. We got a few things there. Got a few things, Charlie.
And I thought about bringing some of the popcorn buckets and putting them in the backdrop for now, but I wasn't sure. I can't really tell how well you'd be able to see them. But
right.
Anyway, I can remedy that real fast if I need to. But anyway.
Well, it looks nice. I'm glad you got a little bit more space there. Yeah, Charlie. Charlie, we will hurry and get to the cards. I promise you. Yes, Alex. The Disney announced on the 7th, and we're going to get into that here shortly. That they have basically, it's a franchise, a Disney franchise, Morale, which is an extremely wealthy company in Abu Dhabi that already owns several other parks, including Abu Dhabi SeaWorld. They're building a new Disney resort in Abu Dhabi. And so we're going to get into that a little bit. I assure you, this park will be utterly and completely spectacular because they will spare no expense. Disney's not footing the bill for this. We'll get into more in detail into that. But I did also, the other thing is we have to, I don't know, Mikey, if you are here in Ghost Mode, buddy, happy birthday. Mikey's birthday is coming up on Sunday.
Oh, neat.
Mike, of course, is one of our great ghost hosts, and I wanted to give a blast on our celebratory whistle here from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's our custom to do that. Let's see. Yes, it is, Keith. Keith saying Universal's new park north of London is under construction. It is indeed. It is indeed. So yeah. All right, but happy birthday, Mikey. It's one of those big numbers for Mike. It's one of those important numbers. I think he joins Dean and Russ in the new club. So we love you. Yeah. Well, welcome him in there, Dean. New member, Mikey. This blast is for you on the train whistle. Happy birthday, buddy. We love you. Loud noise coming in 3, 2, 1. All right. There we go. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mikey.
You could be looking for something in the mail from me. Dan, how's your week gone? Pretty good. I know you were at, you were at Animal Kingdom and Epcot yesterday. So
yeah,
we didn't get a live stream because it was raining.
It was raining. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I talked about this on my live stream, but it turns out it was probably better that I wasn't live because I went with my mom, and it was the first time she'd been in many years, and she got an annual pass.
I love that.
And that's cool.
So we were able to explore Animal Kingdom. We did a few things around there, and then we went over to Epcot, did a few things there, and just had a good day. And
that is so cool. I love it. Yeah, so, I look forward to meeting your mom.
That's great.
I'm really hoping that I can meet your mom at some point. I would love to meet your mom. Yeah. So, so that's super. And William, I assume that you've had a good week so far. We're getting Tuesday. We're not too far into it, but
it's going well so far. Busy. A lot of stuff to take care of this week. We're going on vacation here pretty quick, but busy this week, trying to prepare, get everything settled, and make sure that we have coverage and everything for us being gone. But anyway, very busy week, and then also too, my MBA class kicked off yesterday, so it'll be pretty busy the next 8 weeks, but. I've already got the jump on things for tonight. I knew I had the stream tonight, so I was able to get some stuff graded already earlier today, even though we're only on day 2. But it's we're off to a good start.
Right. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear everybody's having a good week, and I hope y'all are having a good week. Let's see here, guys. I think my phone is I thought I had a charge on my battery there, but I guess I don't. We just have one this day in Disney history. Guys, not a whole lot going on today in Disney history, but in 1992, Disneyland's Fantasmic, a new nighttime fireworks and visual hydrotechnic show, is officially dedicated. the 22-minute presentation featuring fireworks, live actors, water effects, fire, music, boats, decorated rafts, and projections onto large mist screens takes place over the rivers of America. A second Fantasmic will debut in 1998 at Disney MGM in Florida. So,
Love Fantasmic.
and yes, definitely. I do too. I definitely think that Fantasmic is one of the best shows that, especially nighttime spectaculars, whatever you want to call it, that they've ever done. I think it is. So that was about all I found in Disney history today. But we have, guys, several news items to get to. So let's go ahead and do that. Dean, we've gotten this big announcement. It came the 7th, I think it happened, and I'll just tell you, I was totally not expecting this.
Oh yeah.
Disney has this is kind of the last area that I thought about them putting a park, and in addition, I would not have thought that they would have put it in Abu Dhabi. What are your thoughts on that one?
I mean, I didn't even know that name until the announcement. I didn't know, where that was. And
yeah.
I'm still. I don't know that.
So you were one of those folks looking it up on the map then.
Yeah, well, actually, I still haven't looked it up on the map. I've kind of gotten the general gist of where it is just from different articles and hearing, different talking about it. I haven't actually looked it up, but it's definitely a surprise. I don't know, not sure why they went with that location.
Very much so. I agree. I think, Alex, I don't know if they've actually said why, other than Abu Dhabi. And we're gonna look at a map here in just a minute to give you an idea of where it is. It's close to Saudi Arabia. It's in the Middle East. So you can imagine the comments on on social media have been really interesting, because I don't think anybody expected this to be the next location for a Disney park. We're gonna, as I said, I think we're gonna look at some of the details here in a few minutes. But this one, this is some art. These are some artists' renderings. Of course, artists, concept drawings are not generally what we actually end up with, but they are interesting and pretty. This castle reminds me obviously of Frozen. So you've got, it looks like Elsa's castle. But yeah, that's some of the artists.
Or they've referred to it as the first modern castle.
Yes, they have. They have referred that, and I don't, we don't have just a whole lot of details yet. William, have you heard anything yet, or you, Dean, as far as a time frame for construction?
I've not.
Disney
No,
usually
I
plays those
haven't.
dates. Disney usually plays those dates pretty close to the vest, but from this artist rendering, you can see that it is on the water. So much like Tokyo Disney Sea, they will have, and Tokyo Disney Sea, guys, has the reputation of being one of the best parks, of all. So they again, the thing here, the big thing here is money. Let me let me read you just a little bit of information about this. The Walt Disney Company and Miral, Abu Dhabi's leading creator of immersive destinations and experiences, announced an agreement to create a landmark Disney theme park resort in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. The waterfront resort will be located on Yas Island, a world-class destination for entertainment and leisure, connecting travelers from the Middle East and Africa, India, Asia, Europe, and beyond. This seventh Disney theme park resort will combine Disney's iconic stories, characters, and attractions with Abu Dhabi's vibrant culture, stunning shorelines, and breathtaking architecture. Now, this company, Miral, also operates some other theme parks on Yas Island, including one called Ferrari World, SeaWorld, Yas Island, Warner Brothers World, Yas Island, which would be interesting to check out, Yas Water World, and they also oversee one called the Soraya Aqaba Water Park in Jordan. Abu Dhabi, let's see who this. I think this was a quote by our fearless leader. Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, where we preserve our past while designing the future. No, this is actually the chairman of Miral, His Excellency Mohammed Khalifa Al Mubarak, chairman at Miral, said. The collaboration between Abu Dhabi and Disney demonstrates the remarkable results of combining visionary leadership and creative excellence. What we are creating with Disney and Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world, creating magical moments and memories that families will treasure forever. Through the development of unique attractions and experiences, Abu Dhabi continues to be a destination of choice for the world. So, now Abu Dhabi, guys. I don't know, how much you've read. Dean, you said you weren't too familiar with Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is one of the richest areas, land-wise and business-wise, in the world. Abu Dhabi literally sits atop gold mines. The precious metals, gemstones, deposits where Abu Dhabi sits, which is what makes it, one of the richest places in the world. Miral will be owning and operating this park. Disney will send Imagineers to design it and guide them, as far as development and what have you. But Miral will own and operate it. And isn't that how like the other parks are done, the other overseas parks?
I think Disney, instead of being a royalty deal, I think Disney does actually have a percentage ownership in the Japanese and Chinese parks. But it sounds like in this case, they're just it's gonna be straight royalty. So they won't actually own any of it. They'll just be essentially licensing out their the ability to use their characters.
Right. That's kind of what I understood, too, which would make it a little bit different than, because I know
they're expecting they're expecting the budget to exceed 10 billion with a B.
With a B, yes. And Miral, the good thing about it is Miral has unlimited resources. So, unlimited monetary. The sky is literally the limit. And there is, the sky is not the limit. There is no limit on what they might spend here. And Miral, not unlike the Chinese investors who do Shanghai Disneyland will spend whatever
Yeah, the
to make this.
Oriental Land Company.
Yes, to make this spectacular. So, but this may be, and this will be worth looking into a little bit more from a business standpoint, William. This may be the first park that they will not have any ownership of or operations at all. They'll just it'll just be the licensing. So, yeah. Jillian, I knew you could do Paris. Let's see, a little bit more. Let me see. Let me go here to show you a couple of the pictures. This was a promo here, and Disney Parks actually announced this on the 7th. Pictured here, Mohammed Abdallah Al-Zabi, CEO of Meral, His Excellency Mohammed Khalifa Al-Mubarak, Chairman of Meral, His Highness Sheikh Khaled bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, and Bob Iger, CEO of the Walt Disney Company, along with Josh D'Amaro, Chairman of Disney Experiences. So you have some pretty high-ranking officials there in the Arab world. There in Abu Dhabi, and then Disney's CEO and Josh D'Amaro. So, pretty. This is big, y'all. This is a big. I had not heard any kind of an estimate, as far as.
So I doing a quick Google search on a few articles related to this announcement. They potentially estimate the opening date sometime between 2030 and 2032. So, that's a good 5 to 7 years, which isn't unreasonable since they spent 5 years on Tron. So, but anyway, I'm thinking about this, and I was like, okay, they've announced all this stuff that they're expanding, adding Villains Land, doing the whole Cars thing. They're supposedly going to do some stuff over at Disneyland as well. I'm like, man, they're biting off a lot here. But the one thing that I can see that would be a big benefit to us as obviously Disney World and Disneyland goers stateside. One benefit that I could potentially see for us is, they've like you said, the sky's not even the limit in terms of how much money they'll have at their disposal. To do groundbreaking technology and experiment. This could really lead to some serious R&D.
That's true.
To where they can do some with some of the things that they end up doing for this park could very well pushing the bounds of what they're able to do with the tech could very much make it to where they say, oh, we had all this money that we're able to use to do R&D to do something really spectacular over in Abu Dhabi. Let's copy and paste some of the coolest stuff we came up with from there to apply to the U.S. parks. That is one positive. Yeah. I hope that's my hope. But that's obviously the downside is you're not sure which Imagineers they're shipping out to work on this. And with all the other things we have going on stateside, hopefully, those don't take a quality hit because, they've got some Imagineers working on this project.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, Dean, what are when you first heard this announcement, what was your initial reaction? Where is it? What was your first thought?
Where is it?
Where the heck is Abu Dhabi?
I basically asked, when where is it? Why is it? What is it? How is it? Who is it? Um,
Right.
I my thoughts is I'm actually glad that it's not the Disney company that's running it, just
Ah,
because as Will mentioned, it took them 5 years to copy a ride.
yeah.
Um,
Ugh.
and so imagine if they were gonna make a whole park. The Disney company.
Mhm.
Can you imagine how long that would take? Just some of the other projects they've done recently, like the Star Wars hotel,
Hmm.
that that that
Mhm.
thing, the new center part of Epcot
Yep.
that they finally finished, but it's kind of like planters and a few seats. Um, you know, I don't think. Generally, I feel like the Disney parks here, especially Walt Disney World, they have so much room for growth. As much as I would love to see a fifth park in Walt Disney World, the Disney company can't really handle it right now.
Yeah.
I don't know financially, I don't really have enough knowledge, but just the creative and the creative willpower, if you will, to put forth that, and the willingness
Hmm.
to, and I guess the financial resources too. We know they're making money, um, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Yeah. They are.
I think Tina said why up above, and that's the
Rich.
answer is money.
it is money. And
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah, Tina, that was probably a rhetorical question on
Uh-huh.
Tina's part.
Right.
Yes, Dave Averino, they are putting in Disney Abu Dhabi.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's well now, and Dean, I think you pretty much summed up, what a lot of people's feelings were.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's it because I don't know that anybody, if you were to ask, take a poll and ask 1,000 people, if Disney were to put in a new park, where in the world would it be? I don't know that anybody would have come up with Abu Dhabi.
Uh-huh.
Um, so yeah, yeah, Alex thought Disney was nonprofit.
really,
No.
Alex.
That's funny.
And I detect a note of sarcasm there, Alex. It's coming across, across the internet pretty heavy there, dripping with sarcasm. Um, yes, yeah. Tina says definitely a rhetorical for sure. So this is an interesting marriage, guys. It really is. Okay, so in one sense, it's interesting, and in another sense, it's not. Now let me offer my comments to add to what Dean so eloquently expressed. Um, it is odd in that I don't think anybody would have picked Abu Dhabi, to be the next place for a park. Um, for a number of reasons that we'll get into in just a few minutes, because it's been batted back and forth, just over and over on the internet. Obviously, the internet, as you can imagine, everybody has an opinion. Um,
Who'd have
but
thought?
the reason it's not, the reason it's not surprising to me is obviously money. Um, this part of the world, guys, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, um, Abu Dhabi, this part of the world, close there to Saudi Arabia, as most of you know, is extremely, extremely rich. And they already have SeaWorld. They have several parks there. Abu Dhabi, I mean, you picture, sand and camels. No, that's not it at all. Abu Dhabi has, well, they have Burkina Faso, which is the world's tallest building, and the center of the world's banking and banking industry. They have modern skyscrapers and with amazing architecture. They are a leading destination for the rich and famous. Um, Abu Dhabi is not sand and camels. It's not. It's really quite amazing. Might be. I welcome in. Um, so obviously, as surprised as I was by this particular location, I was not surprised when I learned that Morale would be financing of this is basically a Disney franchise, from what I understand. And Morale will be owning, operating, footing the bill, the whole 9 yards. So, and in that way, it didn't surprise me at all. But so yeah, so Keith, there's just no telling. I mean, what did you say, William?
10 billion. 10 billion was the estimated budget for this park.
Wow. So they have it, y'all. These guys have it, and they will not. They will not, Alex. They will not hesitate to spend it because Abu Dhabi doesn't do anything small. They are looking to impress with this park. They are looking to make it unique and to combine their culture with Disney, as a lot of the other parks, the overseas parks do. The overseas parks, always attempt to, to combine, as our parks do here. Our parks share American heritage, American culture, because Walt was a patriot. So this park will be no different. So some pretty interesting. Bob Iger. This was shared on Disney Parks, Disney Parks blog. Bob Iger said, as our 7th theme park destination, it will rise from this land in spectacular fashion, blending contemporary architecture with cutting-edge technology to offer guests deeply immersive entertainment experiences in unique and modern ways. I think that was his really long-winded way of saying this sucker is going to be fancy and different.
Yep.
So that's what one of the statements that Bob Iger made. William, what do you think about this one?
I covered it earlier. If I'm hoping that they do some really, really cool stuff. I'm hoping it's basically a bunch of R&D without Disney having to fit the bill for it, where they come up with some really, really cool tech to bring stateside.
Now, one thing that we talked about, William, is obviously there have been a couple things. A lot of people referenced this part of this is the Middle East, y'all. This is where women wear burqas. There were full burqas and head coverings. They're required as a matter of religion to do that. So that's an issue, as well as Disney has embraced the homosexual and trans communities here in the States. That will not fly in Abu Dhabi. That will not happen in Abu Dhabi because that is completely against their beliefs. So that piece will definitely be left off. I can assure you that. Now, I will say this: in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, that part of the world, in these areas where they have a lot of tourists from all over the world, they relax those requirements. Now I'm sure that in certain areas of Abu Dhabi you have to wear a head covering, but they make allowances for the tourists on a lot of this. Because we know that this is the Middle East, y'all. It's a different culture. It's
Mhm.
much different than what we are used to. But they do, again, they do make allowances because they have so many European and tourists from all over the world. They do make exceptions. So I'm sure that great exceptions will be made for for this park. But so that's been batted around. A lot of people see a great deal of um, hypocrisy there in them picking Abu Dhabi. So it is what it is, and it's. I can tell you, if you want some entertaining reading, go to the Disney any post that Disney Parks has made about this new park and read the comments.
Oh yeah.
So, yes, they are. Dean, have you done that?
Oh, I not just any post, um,
Hmm.
having to do with Disney and new developments. The comment section is just a gold mine. You know, the
Hmm.
good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the Tina says she wonders if there's an agreement that Disney can copy the tech that the Arabs invent. That's and I wonder, Tina, not just with this one, but I wonder how much of that is the case in the existing overseas parks. Because let's face it, y'all, China, China doesn't have to invent their own tech because they just steal all of ours. You know, that's what they do, and Disney does not own all of any of the overseas parks. They own a piece of them, but not the whole thing. And so far, this is where Abu Dhabi is. If you could say, I should have made that a little bit bigger, but I found this map. This is you can see this is right in the Middle East. Um, y'all, just above Africa is Abu Dhabi and the UAE. Um, it's near Qatar. A lot of you, familiar with Qatar because of our military base there. Saudi Arabia is in green, and then the yellow part is called the United Arab Emirates. It's actually where
Keith.
it is right now. Um, it's President Trump. If you have been watching the news, you've seen some of um, the UAE because he is over there at this moment. Met with the Crown Prince today, so this area has really been in the news a lot. They are extremely open to new innovation, companies, AI. Um, they are very forward thinking, as far as a business minded. And you can see where Abu Dhabi is there on the coast. So, and then Oman on the right. But that kind of gives you an idea. I wasn't sure where Qatar was. I had to uh, look that up again. That gives you an idea of what you're looking at there. Um, so that's it. Josh Tomorrow has said this groundbreaking resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park development. Well, actually, I think that's probably an understatement. Um, our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique, anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. This project will reach guests in a whole new part of the world, welcoming more families to experience Disney than ever before. Ultimately, it will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together. And to that list, I would add money. That's Josh D'Amaro, chairman of Disney Experiences. Upon completion of the new theme park, will offer signature Disney entertainment, accommodations, all of the things that we're used to with Disney. But I think this is going to be, I think, again, simply because of the location. I've never traveled in this part of the world. I would love to see the cities in this area. My Aunt Bonnie traveled in this area extensively, and really enjoyed this part of the world. It's very different. She enjoyed it, and I would, this is something I would do. They get this thing open. I think it's going to be really, really amazing, and I would definitely. What about you, Dean? Would you go to Abu Dhabi Disneyland?
No, I don't think so. Just consider, I haven't even visited Disneyland in California. I've got a whole list of destinations, I want to explore even here in Florida and across the country, just here in America, and then I would probably,
Good night, Keith.
I don't know, look to visit, some of the other, Disney parks.
There's a lot to see.
There is a lot to see. Now, William's ahead of us because you have been to Hong Kong Disneyland.
Yeah.
So you're
Granted, I didn't get to spend the full day there, and only had part of the day there, but it was really, really neat experience. I think I've talked about it once before, and maybe shared some of the pictures too. But it was fun. I did mess up and not ride Phantom Manor, which is the best ride in the park. And I want to say they've since expanded the park as well. And so obviously I haven't seen any of the newer stuff since that would have been back in like 2014. But anyway, it was a really neat experience, and I had a good time.
Canada, that's an interesting one there, Dave. Disney Canada. Why not? It seems to me that Canada would have been, a likely location for another Disney park. Anyway, this is a surprise. I have a lot of questions. I think that a lot of the criticism that Disney is taking for this, this particular decision and the location is legit. I do.
I mean, it's valid. It definitely makes it seem like they're kind of talking out of both sides of their mouth.
It does.
For sure.
It does.
Given the cultural differences, and they've claimed to kind of espouse one thing, and now they said, oh, we're getting a big payday, so we can look the other way for this, for the location of this new park. I think the money obviously is the deciding factor here. Oh well, we can put a park in here, not have to spend a dime of our own money. We can put a park in here and just sit back and collect money. Sit back and cash in on it. Their stock price rose, I think, 11% following the announcement. Per one of the articles that I brought up looking at while we've been talking about it. So anyway, it's interesting to say the least.
Yes, it is. Now I have seen, and William, you mentioned this, and I saw other comments that were similar. Basically said, why is everybody so upset? It doesn't really affect the U.S. parks. And to which your comment on that,
Yeah.
William, was, well, it actually does,
Yeah.
because they will have to pull a lot of Imagineering talent.
Yeah.
To this is a huge undertaking, a large project.
5 to 7 years.
Yes,
if not likely more.
Yes. So, so Disney Imagineering will be completely wrapped up in this, or a large portion of Disney Imagineering. And the resources, as they build this and develop it. So that kind of leaves us high and dry again, y'all, I see the pros and cons to this, but I can understand the criticism. Here we are, we can't even get Tron built in, 5 years. One roller coaster that's a carbon copy, as Dean pointed out, one that's already been built overseas, and and they've given us some pretty bad stuff, recently. And then they announced this huge undertaking in a part of the world that nobody expected. So it's interesting. And here's the thing, y'all, at this point in time, and you can, this is just judging the tree by its fruit. I just don't think Disney cares at this point what their American, and other Disney fans are. I don't think they care what the fans think.
Yeah. It definitely seems that way. It's strange times for sure. People could complain specifically about Abu Dhabi in general, but they've been, granted, I know they've had the Fox acquisition. They want to make money off of that. Obviously, why else would you acquire a company? But I just, they're, in my humble opinion, and feel free to disagree, but in my humble opinion, they're doing a whole lot to hurt their reputation. And whenever I log in to Disney Plus, there have been multiple times in the last 2-3 months that I've logged into Disney Plus, and right there on the main screen, and you can say, it's because it's an adult profile. I don't care if it's an adult profile. Disney Plus ought to be a safe place for me to at least turn the TV on and click the app and not have to worry about what's going to be advertised right there at Biggest Dallas on my TV.
The banner, exactly.
It's just it's the name of shows itself that they choose to put right there on the splash page that I have a real problem with. And there's been a couple of examples that I'm not going to bring up because they're preschool toys present. And so anyway, it's very discouraging to me, and it seems like. For years upon years, they built this empire, on wholesome family entertainment, something that you can have peace of mind. A Disney movie comes out. You know what? I don't need to go out and look at the parent guide. I know that I can go take my kid and not have to worry about what they might be exposed to.
That's true. At one time, that was the case.
And one time, they built an entire empire off of it. Storytelling that resonated with people of all ages. Heartwarming story, heartwarming, wholesome storytelling that resonated with all ages. And they've just lost sight of it. And they keep chasing these different things, and they keep associating their name and their brand with things that did not align with the values the company once had. And so, it's very discouraging. Like I said, for me to bring up Disney Plus and cross my fingers and hope that they're not advertising some garbage from Hulu, some garbage show, where even the name itself is offensive to me. Right there on the splash page for my 6-year-old son to see, who's learning to read by the way, and he's looking at words and sounding them out, and I got a real problem with it. And so, and again, people are saying, oh, well, you ought to just, it's an adult profile. You ought to just lock it down. This is Disney Plus. Okay. This is not Hulu. This is not, insert, random app name here. Like, I should be able to log into Disney Plus and not have to worry about what pops on the splash page that my 6-year-old might see. I'm sorry. I not have to. I don't care if it's an adult profile or not. If you do want to, make an update, look at the password protected adult profiles, and you can put your garbage there if you want to. But, it's just silly. There are so many movies that they can't access on the kids profile, because, it's, in some way offensive, like Cars, for example. Cars, for example. My boys love Cars. Wesley's a huge fan of Lightning McQueen right now. Toy Story and Cars are his two favorite things right now. But he can't get to some of that stuff because it's not on the kids' profile. So guess what? I go to the adult profile. And do I want to have to log in every single time? No, I really don't. Jillian's got her account logged down. To her credit, Jillian does have her account logged down. But it's incredibly frustrating, and they continue to lose sight of the values that the company was established on. And it's like Mom said, I don't think they care. And I think Bob Iger has himself surrounded with a bunch of yes men that are just saying, you know what, we, in this specific interest, in this specific instance, the Arabs' money is as green as anybody else's money, so let's go get it. And so it's just very discouraging. I just they built an entire empire. Walt wanted a park for parents and kids, for families to be able to go to enjoy, and that were clean and well kept. And they just keep straying. They keep straying from the original, the original vision, and they're doing their best they can to if you will, strangle the goose that laid the golden egg. But anyway, it's discouraging to me. And like I said, I had a real problem with the type of things that they're putting on Disney Plus that are just outright in no way family friendly. So anyway,
and I have noticed those too, because I have the grandchildren here a lot, too, William. And so, when you open Disney Plus and the splash screen, is something that's totally, inappropriate.
Yeah.
And you think, I don't even want to see that, let alone, have my granddaughters exposed to it, my grandsons. And what you're saying, William, has been, that has been expressed over and over and over on, on social media. So, a lot of that, will continue, to be hashed. But again, y'all, I think bottom line, hey, Dave, welcome in.
Thanks, Dave. Good to see you.
Thanks so much. We appreciate it. Honestly and truly, I don't think Disney cares.
Yeah.
I just don't think they care anymore. If they did, they would have reversed course on some of this, and they haven't turned the ship yet. So
yeah, and that's without ever stepping foot. All of my soapbox there was without ever stepping foot on the park, experiencing the parks itself.
Right, right.
That's
Oh, yeah.
pure. That's
That,
purely the
that's
the
true.
entertainment and the content that they're advertising and putting out there. That's without
Mhm.
I could go into a rant about the state of the parks stateside themselves.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
and where the MO is 100% spend more for a lower quality experience. That's
Mhm.
what it is. So
And we don't even, unless y'all want to do a
yeah,
marathon stream,
mm,
we may do that
yeah.
sometime.
We
Marathon
don't
stream
have time to
of
cover all that. But that's it in a nutshell. Pay more, get less
yeah,
is the MO of the parks. How much can we squeeze out of folks?
right.
So I this is and it sounds like I'm really complaining.
Mhm.
Um, but we've been doing this for what in October will be 6 years doing this
Yeah,
stream, and we've been talking about it long before that.
yeah.
Um, it just I just wish that they could course correct
I did.
and outside of the stock price and earnings falling off a cliff. I think it's just going to continue to fall on deaf ears. Um,
Yeah.
sadly,
Oh,
uh,
thank you, April.
but
Well,
I just I love this company. So many of these
obviously,
stories are wonderful stories that are near and dear to my heart. Uh, and it pains me to see them go this direction.
yeah.
And I and I want them to turn it around, but it just seems like they have no intention of doing so. Uh, so
Yeah.
anyway,
I haven't seen any signs of it so
yeah,
far. Um, and again, y'all, we welcome opinions.
yeah,
We welcome everybody's opinion. This is, if you have a different opinion, by all means, let us know. We're offering our opinions, and you are more than welcome to offer yours, as long as it's done in a civil manner,
yeah,
of course.
yeah,
But um, it's something. Dean, you and I have talked about it, on more than one occasion, and it's
Hmm.
something that older Disney fans are seeing, and it's not changing. And I don't, because I don't see anything. Um, I don't think anything will cause Disney to reverse course other than losing money,
yeah,
which is their stocks. The stock prices have really suffered. They've
yeah,
had some real stinkers at the box office uh, lately, and park attendance in at the flagship, which is Walt Disney World, is down. So, um, we have, as y'all know, I mean, we've been doing this for, it'd be 6 years in October that we've had a YouTube channel, and I have loved Disney since I was old enough to know who Mickey Mouse was, as
mhm,
has William, I suppose, and Dan, you're probably the same way. Um, so, we are fans,
yeah,
but we are invested. We're invested in this company,
yeah,
and that's emotionally, financially. We've invested our time. All of us are invested in this amazing company that Walt built, and
yeah,
so we want to see it perpetuated in the way that he would want. And I think they've lost their way.
yeah.
Um, but we'll see, guys, what happens with this. There are, you know, uh, Ding. What? Okay, let me, Ding. I'm going to shut up talking, and I'm going to ask you what do you see as positives for this park, and then we'll have to move on. We could probably talk about it all night.
Well, to answer the question, I think there's potential in the fact that the Disney company may you know, get some more money. Not that they really need it, um, but I think, you know, there's this really false hope. There's this really not false hope, but this kind of there's this really what's
Hope,
the word?
just
Gullible
hope.
hope. This gullible hope, I don't, for the lack of a better term, that if Disney makes more money here in the States, they'll start doing better with their parks. But like, you know, you both have been saying, you know, they've just moved away, and I think they've moved away from Walt's dream and Walt's vision. They're more motivated by money. Um, I think that's tied into also just society as a whole, like family values
Yeah.
have been unraveling the last,
Yeah.
you know, few decades, and so that's transitioned into who, you know, that's, you know, it's dwindled over into who's running the company and all that. It all plays into it. But, you know, to yeah, but, you know,
Agree.
I think I don't know specifically what I'm seeing here, but I, as with a lot of things, I always like to say, and this is just the, I don't know, the political or whatever uh, way to say this is, I think it has potential.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
a fair
and
assessment.
I am gonna say, as far as the country, as far as the company coming back to, you know, where it's, you know, straying towards, um, I just like to comment that I hope the Titanic has not hit the iceberg already.
Right. Right.
So we can move on.
Yeah.
I agree, Dean. I do. I agree.
On to
Anybody, you know, in the
Mickey's not so
comments, I'm
scary.
saying, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say on to Mickey's not so scary.
On to make it not so scary, guys. You know, give us a drop of comments. You know, drop some comments. Let us know what you think. I will maybe wrap this up, William, unless you have, you know, a wrap up comment.
No, I'm ready to move on.
Um, I think, you know, there are pros and cons to this. I think the pros are that the amazing unlimited financial resources that the Morale Company has could possibly unlock a lot of really neat tech, and you know that could, you know, find its way to other parks. Um, and that would be wonderful. So there's room for, you know, that pioneering, you know, technological advances and breakthroughs that Walt loved. That moving forward spirit is definitely here. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Here. So we look forward, you know, to seeing, what they come up with, you know, what happens with it. But I, you know, again, this park. There is no question in my mind that this park will be absolutely unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
It will be spectacular, and uh, you know, 2030, 2032, whatever year, y'all can come back. We're going to dig up this live stream and replay my words, because mark it down. It will be spectacular. So
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, they've, like you said, they'll be able to spare no expense. So
right.
they, you know, beyond the sky is the limit. They can go to infinity and beyond with the with all that they're putting in investment wise into this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, April makes a great point there. April says people don't mind paying a premium if they feel like the value's there. Absolutely, and that's a conversation that we had with people all the time years ago.
Yes.
You know, so many people be critical, and it's funny because now it's now it's completely different. But back in the day, we used to talk with people. They're like, "Oh, y'all go to Disney a lot." Around the time when I was in high school, that was the discussion that we'd have with people, and we just say, it's incredible. The entertainment's there. The parks are well maintained. There's so many neat services that they provide to just to guests complimentary. Don't have to pay for fast passes. There was just a laundry list of things that we could point to say there's some really great value out of going on a Disney vacation. And as April said here, April says we purchased DVC in 2009. We've been to Disney World 40 plus times since then. I'm so disappointed to see they've taken away so much but raised prices. Absolutely. I'd have to look at my bank to see because we just we got Lightning Lane and individual passes. I need to go through and tally up how much that we spent on all that for just for three, two adults and a child. But I had to go back and look at my bank statement. But guess what? That used to be complimentary, and that is the most blatant example of something that was once complimentary value. And you can say, oh, I understand nothing's free. It was baked into park ticket. Now you get to pay the big park ticket. You get to pay a lot of money for admission unless you're AP, which I'm surrounded by APs here. But unless you're an annual pass holder, which for people that might know what AP stands for. Surrounded by APs here, but if you're not an AP, you get to pay that a hefty admission price, and then you get to pay to ride the rides. Which you could say, oh, I could stand in line, but when you got little ones, it makes for a really rough time to have to stand in line. And so it can be done. Package return to resorts. You're buying something in the park and having it sent to the front and pick it up at the end of the night.
What's a free service?
Yeah. April says Lightning Lane adds an extra $500 to her trip. Yowza. Yeah. That is the most blatant example of something that was once complimentary that's no longer complimentary, and it's incredibly frustrating. And so anyway, we've talked about it before, so I won't belabor the point, but they've played into the hands of their greatest critics, and they really don't care. I
just don't think it's obvious they don't care. They haven't
backtracked on anything.
No, they haven't. And so nor will they until it begins to hit them in the pocketbook to the point that they go, ouch.
Yeah.
Alex says it's great we're talking about Not So Scary because it means Christmas is next. And Lily is watching Tally. The elf videos. I love Tally. Tally is a star. Funny. Yeah. So that is so cool.
We do love Not So Scary. Not So Scary is a lot of fun. It's prime people watching. People come up with the most fun outfits to wear to the Not So Scary Halloween party.
Absolutely.
And it'll kick off August 15th this year. It always cracks me up how early in the year they start with the Halloween celebration.
I told you. I was in the truck. Right.
We're still 95 degrees here. Until October.
Well, I'll have to say, gosh, the prices have gone up again, y'all. I'm honestly, I'm thinking that the month of October, I'm thinking the whole month of October, once they actually release the price calendar, will be over $200 a pop a head.
Oof, gosh,
which is crazy.
Oh, it's insane.
And I will not pay that.
April,
I'm out.
And yet again, April makes another fantastic point.
No,
park operating hours used to run late into the night. If you're staying on property, there are nights at the Magic Kingdom you could stay till 2 a.m, which is completely unheard of now. But yeah, it's exactly like April's saying. They used to have late park hours. Now it's an after hours party to the tune of $150 a person.
Yeah.
Or guess what? Now, you can stay later, but only if you're at a deluxe resort.
Yes.
Moderate value. We'll kick you out, send you on home. Send you on back to the resort. But deluxe guests could stay around and have fun. So that's the other part that
part really bothers me because Disney. Now of all the things that I think Walt would, has rolled over in his grave over, that's a big one. Because that is actually separating park guests into classes. How much money did you pay us to stay where you're staying? You're staying, you're staying at Grand Floridian. Oh, well, then of course you can go in and have extra park time. But if you're staying at, with the riffraff at All Star Movies, you can't go into the. That's
you can show up a mere 30 minutes early before park opening for early entry.
Hours.
Right. So now it's extra magic half hours.
Yeah. Long enough to stand in line in one ride.
Right. It's nice to get some of this stuff off our chest, y'all. Sorry. But yeah, definitely.
We love Not So Scary though. Very much looking forward to it.
Not So Scary. August 15th to October 31st. And here are your dates, y'all. This was just announced a couple of days ago, actually. So here are your dates for the 2025. And again, I'm thinking, the prices increased. We'll go over that a little bit, probably a little bit later. But I'm thinking that every date in October is going to be over $200 a head, probably about two.
Yeah. You said what the range is $119 to $229.
$229. $230, y'all. So
and that's what is that to enter at what? Enter at 7 and leave at midnight.
Yes.
Good
the park.
heavens.
Well, and now, just for clarity, the party actually begins at 7 p.m.
But you can
We'll let people in earlier. I have gone in as early as 4 o'clock.
Yeah, so and I think that's kind of
So that that at least helps.
Yeah.
Some if you could get some some extra time in there, but at any rate, it's
that's a good point.
It's we're kind of blowing off some steam here. And I know that a lot of you see this too. I know that a lot of people who are listening have the same concerns. I know Dean, we've hashed this, many times. You're a longtime Disney fan, just like we are. And so, it's good to talk. It's good to talk. But I think, so there are your dates, recently announced for this year's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which we love to you.
Let's see. Tickets will be available for purchase starting. I put together purchase and starting and ended up with purchase. Tickets will be available for purchase starting May 15th for Walt Disney World Resort hotel guests. And then for everybody else, it'll be a week later, May 22nd for other guests. So kicks off August 15th and runs obviously through October 31st, which can guarantee October 31st will be $229 a night.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And probably the 15th too, because they'll get all the streamers. And it would be in the first party of the season.
They will. Well, I'll tell you, boo to you. How do I love the Let Me Count the Ways. I just love it. Dana, I know that Mickey's Not So Scary, that Halloween is not your favorite. Christmas is your favorite. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Christmas is my favorite. I mean that.
Oh, Alex,
That's so funny, Charlie.
Charlie.
I love Christmas too. It's just hard to beat. I'm biased with my birthday being on Christmas Day,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's hard to beat going to the parks and they're all decorated for Christmas, and you think of like
that's true.
Hollywood Studios with the neat kind of old kind of your grandparents decorations,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
and all, and it just
yeah.
it's
It
so
is.
nice.
It is. I love
But
it too.
the Halloween party is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, it is, and just the costume. It's just very different. It's very different. Um, the now again, keep in mind that in August, the Halloween party will be offered on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays only in the month of August in the blistering summer heat of Florida. This is also the case for September, except for one Thursday date on September 25th. Disney loves to confuse us, so they threw in that one Thursday date. In October, guests can attend the party probably for $230 per person
Oh
every
wow.
Friday and Saturday, most Mondays, and some Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We showed you the dates on that, and of course, y'all can look these up on the website. But annual pass holders, now here you go, y'all. To help you out, annual pass holders and Disney Vacation Club members can save $10 on most on tickets for select dates of Disney's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Can
And these
$10 still get you one Mickey bar these days? I don't
10
know. I'm not sure how far $10 goes these days.
Dean, would that get you a turkey leg with
Oh.
$10? With $10
Wow, ten
turkey,
bucks. That just moves the needle for me.
as I can tell.
How much is a turkey leg, Dean? One turkey leg.
It
Do you
actually
know?
well, it actually varies through the
Okay.
different locations. It's like 14, 15 bucks.
I
Okay.
was gonna guess
Okay.
at least 12, so I
Yeah.
was,
So,
Oh, I
it
remember when it was
it's
12. I remember when it was 7.
yeah, wow.
yeah. Right. Right. Well, so I was thinking. I was thinking $10 would get you a whole turkey leg. So,
I definitely did not think that
uh,
it
uh,
would get you a turkey leg anymore.
uh, it doesn't. Of course, this year we've got stage shows. Guys, it's going to be so cool. There's the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular, Voodoo Parade, character meet and greets, trick or treating, ride overlays, Disney's Not So Spooky Spectacular fireworks, which I love, and holiday themed treats and eats, which we will go over here in the next little bit as soon as Disney releases some more information on. We love those holiday themed treats, so
We
we
do.
will go
They're
over
so much
those.
fun.
Yes, they are. They come up with such cool stuff. They really do. Here's a really neat picture. This is the villain spectacular here with the Sanderson sisters and Boogie Boogie and all the villains. Really cool. It's just so cool. And of course, the ride overlays. The Haunted Mansion, has the ghosts actually come out onto the lawn and talk with guests. There are actual pirates in the line queue at Pirates of the Caribbean that talk to you. The teacups get a fun Halloween overlay. Space Mountain goes completely dark and has holiday music. So that's lots of good stuff. Just and the trick or treating and the costumes, guys. The costumes are so cool. So, um, yeah, Satana says her first turkey leg was $7.
Wow.
She remembers the $7 turkey leg. So they basically doubled, Dean.
Basically. I mean,
Uh,
my first one, I might remember paying 6, but definitely 7 or 8.
ah,
Mm.
ah, yeah, Yeah.
That's
Um,
so. Here's
so,
just funny side note here. It's talking about money is we okay. I guess I'll come out and say it for the 8 people plus mom and Dean on screen here. But we do have a trip plan. And so anyway, we were which we're very excited about.
yay!
It's been a little bit over a year since we've been, because we went last year for Hadley's birthday. Which was awesome to have everybody minus Adam and his girlfriend there. Was incredible to have everyone there. But I got a couple of gift cards for the boys, and we said, okay, our thought process is to help them, you know, decide what they really want. We'll get them, we got them both a $50 gift card. Granted, Wesley has some birthday money that added on top of that. But we got them both $50 gift cards, and I got to thinking, I was like, man, like, I don't know how far $50 is going to go because
Right.
Yes, I was thinking about it. And granted, I'm not completely cutting him off after the 50.
Right. Right.
But I was thinking to myself,
Use it
I was
as a
like,
benchmark.
a bubble
Or like
wand,
guidelines
a
anyway.
bubble wand, yeah, a bubble wand itself is like ballpark $40, which is just highway robbery, if you ask me.
It is. A bubble one is $40 at Disney.
It's ballpark, yeah.
Oh, golly.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, that's not going to get it very far.
Okay, so that I mean, how many turkey legs is that, Dan? What's your turkey leg budget? You should say.
Oh, my turkey leg budget. I'll buy however many I want.
There,
If you just 15 is pretty easy. Just round number. I mean, Disney charges $30 for parking. So if you don't have, an annual pass, you're spending 2 turkey legs.
There you go.
To park your car on Disney's little square of asphalt. And
there you go.
I'm not even sure, if what Disney does for all that money, for everyone, but
Yeah. Yep. $30 for that. Like you said, Dan, for that square of asphalt for the day. It's true. Yeah. And Charlie, I need to. Okay, Alex, be sure that you send me an email, Alex, if you haven't, and I'll look back and see. I think you said you sent me an email on your challenge. So let me look back at it and see what we can do on that.
Yeah, Alex said he could get a keychain, a pin, or a postcard. Yeah, also, trade maybe trading pin also.
Well, and pins, PINS.
Yeah,
I've gotten we used to pins are a trading.
It's rough. I mean, starting off is $9.99, if not more, for the low end on a pin.
Yes, yeah. And on the high side, pins are like $21 for one single pin. I mean, and we used to buy several, per trip because that's one of our favorite kind of souvenirs. We'd get a dated one, for the trip, and then we get, maybe, if there was
any cool thing that happened while we're there, if there's a special event.
Yes. I have a Friday the 13th pin.
Yeah,
which is we were there for a Friday. Hey, Epcot Forever! It's good to see you.
Hi, Jordan.
So yes. Anyway, we've got trips coming up, y'all. I don't know if I will be doing. Mickey's Not So Scary. I will likely, I have a trip coming up in 12 days, so got that, on the horizon, and then I will likely do at least one more in the and what I really like to do is plan it so that it hits the end of October, 1st of November, so that I'm there for the Halloween decorations and then the Christmas, transformation too. I love that. Um, but so we'll see. These are a couple of my favorite pictures from, different trips. Of course, Jeff and me at Boo to You, and he's got the treat bag there that they give you. Here's a freebie, Tina. The treat bag that you can fill up with as much candy as you can haul out of there because they don't care. And then I love this magic shot, this black and white magic shot that they do there in front of the castle is really, really cool.
The pictures I've seen of people with their candy hauls on some of these Facebook pages.
They're like Santa Claus.
It's unreal. It's absolutely. I mean, they'll post a picture of their bed from in a resort room.
Yep.
And you can't see anything except for candy on top of the bed. It's like, my goodness, how many times did you go through the line? Like, how many pounds of candy? Like, how did you get that back to the resort?
Right.
You had to ride some sort of form of transportation to carry this gigantic, it had been multiple bags of candy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's insane. It's very, I'm very amused by it.
Okay, so Tina says she dumps the candy into her largest backpack and keeps going back.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, they don't care. I mean, Disney, listen, especially towards the end of the night, they will just throw it at you. It's
impressive.
And it's the good stuff. It's chocolate, y'all. I mean, we're talking the good stuff here. It's not,
so funny.
Tons of fun. We're looking forward to it, and we will hear pretty soon, y'all, as they make all the treats available. We will cover those. Y'all know that's one of our favorite shows every year.
We do enjoy that.
Look at all the treats.
One more spooky related thing. They posted a short video of Jack and Sally, and Jack, that usually the Jack meet and greet, which, sorry to spoil it for people, but usually the Jack meet and greet, like, he's got kind of alien head, normal person face. It's almost like a Broadway style get up. They've changed his appearance to where his head is more. It appears to be more of like a true helmet, except the bottom half moves.
Really?
So it's more rounded and looks more like the character rather than kind of alien or kind of Broadway style costume.
Okay, I didn't get a picture. Of it.
Yeah, it's a short video clip of Jack and Sally, but it's pretty neat. I'll be interested to see how it's received.
Right. Well, we're looking forward to it again. That spooky time of year. It's one of our favorites.
I about spit my drink out reading Epcot Forever's comment here. I went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in 2010, and it cost $49. I about spit my drink out.
Right. Right.
That's insane.
I know. The first year that I went.
Jillian and I went in 2017, and it had to have been cheaper than that. Well, actually, no, my bad. You said 2010. No, I'd have to go back, and I think I have the email still. I could probably search my inbox. But yeah, went in 2010, $49. Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think in 2019, when I went in 2019, it was $80. It was $80 when I went in 2019. So, but that's out the door, tax, title, and license. So yeah. Moving right along, y'all. Of course, we will be talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party from August all the way till October 31st because we love it, and we'll see. I I don't know how many more trips I'm going to get to take before my pass runs out, but we'll see. I'm viewing it as a challenge at this point. Epcot, uh, food and wine. Y'all, details have been announced. The dates are August the 28th to November 22nd for food and wine. This year, food and wine booths will be throughout the park. They will bring back some familiar favorites, of course, in meals, fromage, montage. If you're a fan of cheese, and who isn't? I have several friends who aren't. Very odd. Emil's fromage montage is the perfect way to indulge your dairy cravings during the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. You sample a selection of cheese dishes from the various marketplaces, the kiosks, scattered food booths throughout the park, and then you collect the little stamps on your festival passport, and then you get, a complimentary treat if you get all of the stamps. And this is kind of what it looks like here. This is when I did it a couple of years ago. And you can see all the little in the festival passport, their festival guide. I got all the little cheese stamps because we ate lots of cheese that day. It was tons of fun. And then this little glass, and this was like a cheese. Well, actually, this was more like a soft serve. It's like a strawberry soft serve ice cream with a really good. It's hard to see it, but there's a pretty good a size piece of cheesecake on top of it, and it was very good. And of course, you got to keep the. That was the freebie. Hang on, guys. I'm moving
Other way
intentionally. So that will be back. Tons of fun there. There will be, Remy's hide and squeak scavenger hunt, for which you can get, a map and stickers, and you keep track of all of the little rats that you find all over. They're plastic, all over Epcot. And as you search the park, you search for Remy in the different World Showcase pavilions, and then you put your stickers there, and then you take it back to the headquarters, and you get a special prize for finding all the Remy's. Of course, there's the Eat to the Beat concert series, which is always fun, and dining packages will be available for that. So lots of information and more details coming for Food and Wine Festival. And if it's one of your favorite festivals, which it is for a lot of people, you'll enjoy that. It's really good. This is another little picture there of that little quote freebie for eating all of that cheese. I've never been rewarded for eating cheese. It was absolutely wonderful. This was just a couple of them. This was the cheese, the raclette cheese with a baguette and some round red potatoes. That was, and then I think there's some ham, actually, a piece of ham underneath that bread. That was fabulous, y'all. That melted raclette cheese was really good. This is the famous cheddar cheese soup from Canada, and that stuff is unbelievably good. Wait, Dan, have you had the cheddar cheese soup from Canada?
No, but I am hungry right now.
You're welcome. So, and this was the other cheese dessert. This is at the little Hawaii kiosk. This is a mango. Well, it's a regular cheesecake, like a plain cheesecake with a mango sauce, and those are roasted macadamia nuts. So that was like to die for, a little cheese. So all this, this stuff. Now this actually, Russ got this, and it was not that good. This is like a almost like a vegetable sushi kind of thing. It looks really pretty. He said it was not totally, terribly impressive. So,
Yeah.
but that's one that I took a picture of that he got. It is a pretty dish, but he was not that impressed. Um, so we have, that's coming up. We will, yeah. Everybody's hungry now. You're welcome. But yeah,
Free
we'll share
service,
more
everyone.
details with you, as that. And Dan, what do you do when you go to Food and Wine? Do you just kind of graze around the world? Or do
um,
you? I mean, by the time you eat a turkey leg, you may not be hungry for anything.
yeah, I mean the turkey leg is always a priority. PSA, everyone. The turkey leg is year round, not at a festival.
It's true.
You don't have to mobile order it. Um, App free. Um, there are some festival items I've been interested in. Just generally speaking, that I
Mhm.
haven't tried. Um,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a couple things for the flower and
Mhm.
garden right now that seemed
Uh-huh.
interesting.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that I'll
Yeah.
be back to the Epcot before
Mm.
the end of the festival, but yeah,
Well,
definitely the turkey leg is the priority.
yeah. Oh,
Um,
obviously. Maybe no. Well, hopefully, Dean. Like this trip coming up is kind of strange, and I think the day that we're gonna, that we've got penciled in, is a Magic Kingdom day. But maybe when I come back in the fall uh, or towards Christmas, we can check out some of the food booths at Festival Holidays, and um, that would be. I Disney really does a good job with the festival food. You can now, and you can always check that out. A lot of your Disney vloggers are going to let you know what's good, what their favorite things are, and after only a few days, you can go on the internet and find what the big standout things are, the must get items,
Hmm.
from the Food and Wine Festival. So, anyway, more on that as it comes, but that was announced, those dates for Food and Wine, and we look forward to the next go round.
Yeah. Yeah. If you need
Um,
any help planning a trip, reach out to Jillian. She'd be glad to help you out. Jillian's my wife, and she works for Mickey Travels. It's a
mhm.
diamond level uh, Disney travel agency. So, uh, if you need any help, feel free to reach out to Jillian. Her contact information is on the screen and in the description below, and she'd be glad to help you. She she's doing really well. I've been very impressed. She's I think she booked. I can't remember. I think she
Mm.
booked like 4 rooms today. So
Wow.
she
Wow.
continues to have folks reaching out to
Yeah.
her, to help them plan their trips, and they've been pleased with what she's been able to do
That
for them.
is
And
wonderful.
so yeah, it's very exciting. She's doing a great job. So feel free to
Yeah.
reach out to Jillian if you need
Yeah.
help booking a trip.
Reach out to her. So her contact information is on the screen as well as in the description of this video
Yeah,
and all of our videos. So
yeah,
you can look in any of our videos and find Jillian's contact information. She's
yeah.
very good at what she does. She's been at this for a little while now.
Hmm.
She loves it. She dearly loves it, and she will sniff out those deals for you. And
Yeah.
she can make recommendations. Do A instead of B because A will get you this where B doesn't. She
Hmm.
knows all the tricks, and she keeps her thumb on that pulse of changes that Disney
Yeah.
is so fond of throwing at us. So she could take a lot of the headache out of your planning your Disney vacation. Give her a call; she'd be
Yeah.
happy to help you.
Same thing with cruises and Universal as well. She's got the Let's Adventure Travels side of things also.
Yeah, she can do Universal. Yeah, she can do more than just Disney, actually. So yeah, reach out to her.
Again,
Um,
Epcot Food and Wine runs from August 28th to November 22nd. So
mhm.
hopefully,
So it
hopefully
does.
somebody in our family will make it to that festival.
Yeah, I hope so. We shall see. We'll think about that tomorrow, William. Oh my goodness. And Dean, I don't, Dean, now that you're, back in the parks on a fairly regular basis, I'm sure you'll be in there for the Halloween and the Christmas. I know Christmas is your favorite, so
Oh
look
yeah,
forward to it.
yeah.
Yeah, look forward to the holidays. The holidays are special at Disney. They just are.
They are.
They really are. Are we ready to do Arcana?
Yeah,
Um,
I'll let you go first there.
I have a couple of packs here, guys. We've got an Azeroth C, a Baymax, and then we have
Mirabelle.
Mirabelle in Arcasia's Island. So first, yeah, Charlie cards, yeah. Um, oh yeah, yes. Epcot Forever, that big YouTube channel. If you're talking about Josh and Jenna, that's where we heard
Mm-hmm.
about Mickey Travels.
Yep.
That's where we heard about Mickey Travels the first time, and
Yeah,
uh,
we're big fans of Resort TV One.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, so pick a deck, y'all. This is hangers. Um, uh, oh, that crazy Disney lady. Yes, yeah, that's Tanya. Yeah,
Yeah, she's great too.
Tanya. Yeah, cool. Advertises that. All right. There's a bit of a delay, also. Pick
Tina
a
said she
pack.
looked it up in 2015. She paid $298.20 for 4 Halloween party tickets with a $5 discount.
Wow.
So that's $74.55, including tax per ticket. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was 2015.
2015. Yeah,
Wow.
that sounds about right. And see, I think I paid, in 2019, I think I paid $80. It was probably, with tax, title, and license, it was probably out the door, 85, 88, something like
Yeah.
that. But anyway, okay. So Charlie has chosen for us, and he wants to do Baymax. So let's get into this, y'all.
See what you get.
And I know that it is a lot later on the East Coast. We appreciate y'all, Dan. We appreciate you hanging in with us. And there's
Fish on the pack inside.
yes, Pirates. Now, how cool is this? I love this. I do not have this card, but I would dearly love to have it. So let's see. Pirate Stitch on the outside. So this is Azeroth C. So this is the set that was released before Arcasia's Island. So the next to the last set. And this is a pretty one. Okay.
Azeroth C released in November of 2024.
Okay, there we go. And then Arcasia's Island.
Arcasia's Island came out in March 2025.
So there's Gadget, Hack Wrench, and then we have I Won't Give In. Neat. Gazelle there from Zootopia. Okay, in the commons. Dawson.
Nice.
Great Mouse Detective. Neat one. In the Emerald. There, Markowski also in the Emerald. Well, it's with the Scarlet. That's a Scarlet.
Ruby.
Also the common. Yeah, I said Scarlet Ruby. Yes. And then we have a location card, Institute of Technology, and I still don't know how to use location cards, William.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that later
I
on.
still don't know how to use a location cards, Institute of Technology. Have King Hubert. I don't have as many in this series. There's a steel.
Neat.
So that's a fun one. King Hubert. Love. I love that one. Okay, and ooh, I like this one, y'all. Scar.
That's a really cool artwork.
Yeah. That is fun artwork, isn't it? And then another uncommon, Donald Duck. Love anything in Donald Duck there in the emerald. And then we have another uncommon. We have Dale.
That's neat.
Seems like I have not had as much luck pulling good cards with Azeroth Sea.
Yeah.
I've had the least amount of luck with Azeroth Sea pulling good cards. I don't know why that is. But there's Dale. And then we have a rare in Monterey Jack.
Neat. Got a Rescue Rangers thing going on.
Yeah, Rescue.
You got Gadget. You got Dale, and you got Monterey Jack.
Yeah. Definitely. Ooh. Okay. And this is wow.
Legendary Maui.
A legendary as the shark head.
Yeah, shark heads. I think that one's supposed to be pretty playable.
Okay.
I want to say.
That's funny. But yeah, that's a legendary. That's
yeah.
Maybe I spoke too soon. So that's a legendary there, and it's I don't have very many legendaries. And then we have a common in the foil, and it's Simba. How
Neat.
cute! Very pretty. So I did pull that legendary.
Alrighty. So I have a Maui pack from Shimmering Skies, still opening that half box that Mom gave to me. It's got Maui on the artwork for the pack. Let's dive into what we get. So I need to beat a rare, a legendary, and then a common foil. Healing Decanter. So just generic, or I guess lurk on a specific card there. We have Anna, Eager Acolyte. Dreamborn card. Next up is Zazu, advisor to Mufasa. It's a fun artwork for Zazu. Now we have Rancis Fluggerbutter. It's hilarious. One of the Sugar Rush Racers. Chocolate Charger. When will my life begin? I won't break into song. You don't have to worry.
Yeah. I like that one. Dane, can you supply the musical accompaniment?
And next up is Merlin, back from Bermuda.
Oh, I love that. I love that one. I love that one.
That's hilarious.
We may have to arrange a trade.
Here's Scar, Betrayer, common card.
Mm-hmm.
First uncommon is Archimedes.
Oh, that's a fun
Electrified Owl.
Mm-mm.
Maid Marian. Next uncommon.
Oh,
Say Lady of the Lists. Maid Marian, Robin Hood. Pete, we got a wrestling champ Pete. Check that out.
Oh,
That's
gosh,
funny.
I love it.
That's funny. I'm a big fan of that one. Yeah, that's so first card is a rare. Next card is a rare. The sword released. Pull the sword from the stone there. All right, we gotta have something big here in the foil spot. Let's see what we get. Oh, regular common. Mom got me. Obscure Spear. Lorcana specific card. So Mom wins this week.
I did with that.
Pulled some really neat stuff tonight, Mom.
Yeah, I'm excited about that legendary. I really
Yeah,
am. That is a
that's a
really
fun
good
card.
legendary. No, that's a it is a fun card with Maui. Shark Head. I really that's a fun card with that one.
That's great.
So yeah, it was yes, that's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good packs there.
The
Yes.
next set, so Reign of Jafar releases in June. Uh, Pre-events start May 30th. Reign of Jafar, the next set 8, releases June 6th, 2025, with some pre-events starting on May 30th. Set 9, called Fabled, releases in the third quarter of this year, showcasing classic characters, Mickey and Minnie, and also featuring characters from a Goofy movie, which obviously I'm very excited
Yes.
about. So,
Yes. Yes.
very
Yes.
much looking forward to set 9 with some Goofy movie cards in it.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they come up with for sure.
Bit of channel news real quick. We'll work toward wrapping it up. Mom's done a couple of live streams recently around Northeast Texas, the Wildflower Trails Parade, and also the 78th Annual Pilgrimage Parade in Jefferson, Texas. So really neat stuff in both of those streams. So, check those out if you haven't already. Mom has another trip coming up May 25th, headed to Walt Disney World, May 25th through June 1st. And she's also going to Epic Universe and Universal.
I am.
So kind of an even split there. Is it 3 days Disney, 3 days Universal?
It is. It is.
Yeah. So
yes.
She's going to be busy. She's going to be, her feet are going to be pretty tired by the end of the week.
I will definitely
yourself.
Yes, I'm traveling with some friends who against my better advice, did not build in a rest day. So it's going to be interesting to see, how I can survive here.
Yeah, I added Simba to my backdrop here.
There you go.
So it was so it wasn't as blank in the backdrop. Just a little something to.
There you go.
But so it's the Simba popcorn bucket that you could get at Animal Kingdom. But let's see. Yeah, again, if you need help planning a trip to Disney, Jillian would be glad to help you, or Universal as well.
Yeah.
Jillian will be glad to help you. Check out her information in the description below. Thanks to our channel members. Give me a second. Dean, let's see. You said you're taking a little bit of break. You got some family coming over. You said you have you have a fun series coming up to chat with some people in the community. Is there anything else you wanted to mention going on with your channel?
Nope, that's it. I've got that series. Of course, my Thursday night stream, Once Upon a Turkey Leg, where I read stories. I'm working on my what I'll be doing with that. But that'll continue. That'll continue in a few weeks here, a couple of weeks. The last week of May is when I'll start doing some streams, and there may be some shorts popping up on the channel, but other than that, I don't have anything huge for the next couple weeks.
Okay. Well, looking forward to that.
Yeah, I got some fun stuff coming up.
Interview. See here. And your channel is really on the grow, Dean. I'm excited for you. To see that that growth. Subscriptions and just some good stuff. You've got a good eye. So we appreciate your channel.
Let's see. Thanks, Dean, and we appreciate you coming on talking with us tonight as well.
Yeah.
Thanks to our channel members. We appreciate you. Thank you for going the extra level there to support us. It's great to be able to put that money back into the channel. Also, thanks to everybody who's here. We appreciate you. Whether you're here for 5 minutes or you're here for almost 2 hours now, we really appreciate your support, encouragement. We look forward to Tuesday night every single week, talking Disney news with all of you. So again, thanks to everybody for being here. Whether you're ghost watching or if you're watching on Team Replay, big shout out to Lisa, Keith, and Joey of It's Joey's World being Team Replay. They are the captains of our Team Replay. But yeah, thanks to everybody for being here. If you haven't already, check out the liveplace.com. It's basically a TV guide listing for family-friendly live streams. Big shout out to Dean, who maintains the liveplace.com. Check out Dean's YouTube channels, Dreamers Empire, and the Live Place if you haven't already. Not Dean on screen, but another Dean. But also check out Dean the Turkey Legster's channel as well if you haven't already. TubeBuddy, if you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel, you should be using TubeBuddy. It's a great tool, help you track viewing trends, suggest the keywords for titles and tags. Tracks a bunch of channel data that helps you. It's very helpful in growing your channel. Basic version's free. If you have under 1,000 subs, it's discounted. Use our link below in the description. We both get a free month. We'd really appreciate it. Check out Stickermule. Also, if you're interested in good quality, low-cost promotional items, buttons, stickers, pins, magnets, keychains, oh my. If you're interested in any of that stuff, check out Stickermule. Use our link in the description below. We'll both get a $10 credit for a future order. Let's see. Again, thank you to everybody for being here. If I missed your name, I apologize. I do the best I can to keep an eye on the chat. Sorry, I'm scrolling real quick to see, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Looking here.
Appreciate some new names that we saw in the chat.
Yeah.
April, it's good to see you. Always appreciate your comments. But Mike B, I haven't seen you in a little while in the chat. It's good to see you. Yeah.
Oh, I did miss one. Dave Stragan was who I missed.
Oh yeah. Oh, how could you miss Dave?
So yeah, a special thanks to our friend Dean, the Turkey Legster, hanging out on the stream with us tonight. Shared his thoughts with all the Disney news topics we discussed. Thank you to Angelina and Susan, Mandy Adams, BDF, Dean the Turkey Legster, again on screen and in the chat. Really going the extra mile there. The Hitchhiking Bones mom chatting in the chat as well while we're on screen. T. McNeil, Jason Thibodeau, Alex and family, Charlie, Lily, Mrs. Alex, we appreciate all of you. Jillian Bone, also in the chat. Dave Averino, Dave Stragan, Mike B, April Etheridge, and Epcot Forever. Thanks to everybody for being here. If I missed you, I apologize. To do the best I can to write down everybody's names. But if I missed you, let me know so I can thank you properly for being here, because we really do appreciate you. You got a lot of ways you can spend your time on a Tuesday night, and we are blessed and thankful that you choose to spend it with us talking all things Disney.
Thanks, y'all, again, and have a great week. Again, happy belated Mother's Day, but every day is should be Mother's Day for us. And if your mom is still living, give her a call. Just give her a hug, tell her you love her, do something special, for her. Go to church with her on Sunday. That's a big one for moms. But yeah, if your mom is still here, make sure that you reach out to her and let her know that you love her. Dean, I know that your mom probably had a good Mother's Day, and that trip, that new pass, and that trip that y'all took. I love that.
Yeah.
I just love that.
That's so great
that she has that. I look forward to meeting her at some point. But yeah, we've enjoyed talking, y'all. If you have comments about anything, anything we said, any of the announcements, by all means, put them in the chat. Send us an email at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. We'd love to talk with you, engage. You have suggestions for shows, anything, just let us know. Yeah. Dean, again, thanks for popping in, and I know it's way past your bedtime, so we really do appreciate
you hanging in there.
It's always good to see you, Dean.
Yeah,
it's great being on. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Yeah, anytime. We go live every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Be sure to join us live or watch on the replay. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you get notifications when we go live. Hopefully we'll be going live from the parks here pretty soon. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X. If you want to reach out to us directly, send us an email at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com or send us a direct message on Instagram. We'd be glad to hear from you.
Hitchhiker Chat next week. I'll be talking about a little trip planning, probably some Disney news thrown in. The following week, Hitchhiker Chat will be live from Magic Kingdom. I will be live streaming fireworks, so that is my plan. So, and look for some pop-up streams. I think Jillian has a couple in mind. So, we'll throw up those thumbnails as quickly as we can. And make sure notifications are set to all because she may, again, throw in some pop-ups in there. So got some good stuff coming up. We'll live stream as much as we can from the parks and give y'all as much notice as we can.
Yeah. Well, all righty. I hope you all have a great week. Again, if you haven't already, check out our channel, check out our other videos, check out Dean the Turkey Lexter's channel and his videos as well if you haven't already.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for being here. Again, our guest of honor here tonight, Dean. We appreciate you. Thanks for burning the midnight oil and hanging out with us. Yeah. Hope you all have a great week. Thanks to everybody for being here. Remember, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there's always room for one more. So please
hurry back.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks again, Dave.
Thanks, y'all.
Have a great week. See you next week.
Dean.